This is originally an old mining town from 1864, and so we're bringing it all back.
Quite the view out here, huh?
Body was found right up here.
Creativity, I believe, comes from quiet, playful awareness.
And I don't date my customers, but
Well,
I dated him.
The whole program, we expect it to cost $55 million.
Today I'm out here in the Bradshaw Mountains going to meet up with a fellow ghost town owner. There is a town here called Cleator that a couple guys bought a number of years ago. And I'm gonna go down there, learn what they want to do with the town, learn the history of the town, and meet some of the locals. It's not every day that I meet a fellow ghost town owner, so I'm excited to go check it out. Yeah, got some traffic out here today. So this road into Cleator used to be a railroad, and they called it the Impossible Railroad, and it climbed up into the mountains to service some different mines in the area. And Cleator was originally known as this area called Turkey or Turkey Creek, and it was a railroad stop. It was a little general store and stuff like that. Eventually this guy named Jimmy Cleator got tired of it being called and confused with the other town of the same name, so it just became known as Cleator. Cleator used to be a little railroad stop. These days it's a popular destination for off-roaders, so people on quads, side-by-sides, Jeeps, and we're here on a weekend day, so it's looking busy. You know, I know that ghost town can mean a lot of different things. This one is a very alive ghost town, and I think today too we're going to be able to jump out and explore some mines, so I'm excited about that.
Hey, Brent, how you doing? I'm on the phone with Joe, and he just said, have you seen Brent yet?
Okay,
So good timing.
I'm here. So is this like is this like an original store?
Yeah, this is from 1906.
Okay.
Yeah, and we reopened it.
Corey literally has pretty much restored this freaking place.
It was a gift shop when
yeah.
we first came down there, and there was like a counter back here.
Yeah.
But Darlene? Yeah, I thought you said Doreen. I'm like, she got married on the doorsteps, and she had a gun in her hand too, and her husband used to run the bar. Yeah, this place was functioning, but there were, you know, I mean, the roof was, he finished the floor, the roof, changed everything around.
How'd you end up here in Cleator?
I was actually working for a woman in Pennsylvania a couple years ago, and she was buying houses in Scottsdale. I was helping her flip a couple houses and ran into Joe, did a little bit of work for him, and I cleaned up after myself and showed up on time. Apparently that impressed him enough that whenever they bought the town, he had to come out. And I've been out here for about 4 years now.
Oh, cool. You got here full time?
Yeah. Monday through Friday, you live in a ghost town, and then all of a sudden, Saturday and Sunday, you get this.
The party comes to you.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of traffic we get. Even last night, for some reason, at 10 o'clock at night, there was probably 20 side-by-sides. Ran down past my house, then came back up around 10 o'clock. It's really cool because you'll see people from Scottsdale with, you know, millionaires from Scottsdale hanging out with us desert rats. Sure. And everybody gets along great.
That's awesome. You guys are drilling now, taking some core samples. And...
Yeah, we've been drilling for a while.
Yeah.
We're going back to the silver core we'll see today.
Okay.
So that was very prolific silver gold mine with high-grade antimony in it. There was the Golden Belt mine. That's the silver cord mine.
Okay.
So we were drilling down, and it turns out the way they're angled that it's the same vein system.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And so we drilled down and we hits the vein.
Yep.
We were going deep in for a copper porphyry.
Yeah.
But we hit some really high, like 22 mile of silver. You know, 9 feet.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to go back, and so we know that it extends.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
And it's 1,000 feet, and so we're just going to keep on probing it and drilling it and proving out the length. If this is our 4,000 acres, there's a big fault through here. So there's a whole bunch of copper. The whole Bradshaw Mountains, it's all VMSs, you know, volcanic massive sulfide. So what happened 1.2, 1.4 billion years ago, this was all under the ocean, and you had those black smokers. And they sit in today, you know, just volcano under the water.
Yeah.
And so as the ash went out, precipitated out into these lenses, which were very high grade. Really, they're doing 1.2, 1.4 billion years. They got crunched up to the sideways, busted up. But all those mines, all the way north, they were all made during the same geological event.
This is where we cut the core.
So this is all of the core samples with the boxes here. It tells you how far into the ground that they pulled out all the samples. They need to get cut in half Some of them are broken. But the geologists, they'll go through with a gun, and if they have anything that pops up that's an element that we might want, like gold or silver, they'll mark it, and then it comes over here to the wet saw. So what I was explained, and a geologist could probably explain it better, is there needs to be a library of the core samples, so they get cut in half vertically. So one half will stay in the box in case there's an audit, and the other half is going to get sent to a lab in case there's something inside.
Some of our best core. Tell them what's in it.
All right, so what we got here is high-grade chalcopyrite intercept.
So this is going to be refined down into what?
Copper.
Copper. Got it. That's great.
It's a beautiful site.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Really comes to life.
So this is from the silver core,
Okay.
and it's 513 feet to 520 foot. This is the high-grade silver here, and what it's in.
Oh, is that a little bit of galena there?
Yeah. It's about 1,900 grams to the ton, so somewhere around 60 ounces to the ton. High-grade silver.
Guess we're gonna go check out some of the mines. You know, we saw the cores, saw a little bit of the town. We're gonna go check out the mines, learn a bit more about that, then come back and meet some more locals.
We were doing the dirt work here, and like a thigh bone popped up. Oops. It was a body from about, they think, 50 to 80 years ago. And so we called it in, and you know, they had the Forsynic group and the dogs and everything, and they looked around and they took it into the lab, and that's the last we heard of it.
Started here with the original claims, and these were James P. Cleator's first mines right here. If you can imagine back in the 1800s, people living out here, access to food, access to water, hot in the middle of summer, compared to how most people live today. You know, not having the access to Wi-Fi would be a pain in the ass. I mean, this is like, you know, these were tough individuals in hard times, and they're out here all just trying to aspirationally venture for gold and riches and doing their thing.
It's one thing to look at black and white photos or like to read text, but then like once you're walking through the same adits that they were walking in, you're looking at the same mineralization, you're kind of trying to put yourself in their shoes, it kind of brings it all to life a little bit more.
Yeah, look at this.
Right in here, you see the galena.
Yeah, quartz, silver quartz, silver quartz. Veins about 10 inches right here, 2
There's
feet
another
over here.
nice exposure right here. The seam obviously pinches and swells, and there's some little offsets and stuff in it, but the same good band of high-grade mineralizations right in here. So whatever was in the ore here, they really liked it a lot because they went and took a lot of it out.
Is this just strictly a horizontal shaft, or is there a vertical element to this as well?
Well, this vein system dips and swells across probably over a mile.
Wow.
And it enters several other mining properties. It's part of a thrust fault and could be considered a paraluminous vein system because it's carrying silver, gold, lead, zinc, and a little bit of copper. There's a little copper staining in some places.
Yeah, you can see the little glints of the galena right there.
Oh, it looks so good. I mean, it's just loaded.
Are you guys taking cores in here or from a different location?
Up on the mountain
Okay.
behind, intersecting this structure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Dipping.
I guess in the future we may do some exploratory drilling from inside of here. They would reopen it, safe it up, and
Yeah. So it's crazy. We went out and saw the mines. There's a lot going on here at Cleator. What started off, I thought it was just a ghost town that they're restoring for people to come and stay. It seems like it's a full-scale mining operation at this point. But now I'm hoping to meet some more locals that live here. You know, I like the desert rats, the folks that are out here making a living. It's freaking busy here, though, man. I don't know if they even need to be gold mining because they're busy enough at this bar where they can make a lot of money. And I've been on a lot of dirt roads and a lot of highways on this road trip visiting different ghost towns. And something that's made a huge difference has been my tires. It's pretty much the easiest thing you can do for a truck to get it to perform at its full capabilities. And I've been running the Nitto Terra Grappler G3s. And they're just awesome. You know, I spend a lot of time driving on dirt, and these tires have performed better than any others that I've ever used. They got a new tread design on them. It gets you where you need to go on the dirt. They're still good on the pavement, so if you're looking kind of for that dual capability in any tire, check them out. The Terra Grappler G3s, they're awesome. They're what I'm running this whole trip. Check them out if you're looking for new tires.
So this is my workshop. I've been making stuff my whole life.
Yeah.
I love creating. I like to play with all sorts of stuff, everything from your clay to sand.
The sand here, you need to give them the context of how
big is
big this
that?
This is 17 feet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's in Italy. There's a little truck house I built at a gold mine in Wickenburg, Arizona. I just went through their boneyard. There's another picture of it on the back of that door. Yeah, I like making stuff out of things that you normally don't.
Hey, you know what we should do? Explain Checkmate to him. So Checkmate, he sculpted Checkmate, and then we had limited edition. We had 100 of them made. And he's helped raise a lot of money for Genius Recovery, my foundation.
I originally did it in sand. So this is a sand sculpture. Pick a photo back there, you can see. It's an elephant playing chess against a mouse. The board is set up so the mouse has him in checkmate. This little poem on the bottom. Big Chessie Trunkston was the reigning chess champ, playing Herschel Higginbottom at the annual chess camp. Crushing the competition, no matter what the price, was how Chessie played, especially against mice. The little story is that they both got what they wanted. He wanted to be a thorn in her rear more than anything, and she wanted to crush the competition. That's all she wanted to do. So in a way, it was kind of it's a story where you get what you want, and then it's also important to realize that, like, to me, everything in our life that's holding you back is just conversations about that topic that you have within that active in yourself.
Show him this thing with the wood.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Because he has mines too. The
Yeah.
stuff you've done with like the
Mining
fake
type
mine
stuff.
shafts.
This
Yeah, he
whole
would love
table
that.
was built from wood that I pulled out of a mine,
Yeah.
mine shaft. I hid all of the cuts I had to make. Even the book I made from old wood that I found in the mine shaft and stuff. These are the drawings.
These are your drawings?
Yeah, just drawings of characters. Like, this is a drawing of that character there.
Yeah.
Gordy Gooligan.
Okay.
Pumpkin is a real pumpkin that never rotted. He's fully articulated. He has a hagstone, which is a rock with a natural occurring hole in it. Got a hagstone heart with a hole that's sort of a shape of a heart as well. For a decade or more, I sculpted for like Warner Brothers, Marvel, like World of Warcraft games. Those are all like, here's the original to this Tuskar figure that I did.
With the characters, they are all so cool and well thought through. Have you made like comics and stuff? Have you built out the worlds?
Yeah, this is a story of all the stories about mining magic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about, and here it is right here actually. So it's like, meet Grimgor. Have you ever made a wish or had a dream, then quickly thought to yourself, nah, that won't happen to me, or I'm not good enough? If so, this is Grimgor getting into your head. But then here's the hero. So as chief miner, Gordy never hesitates to explore the tangled mine shafts below Vulture. He knows that it's here in the chaos of darkness that the richest magic is formed. And so like I have this whole story with these characters. Like,
does this live anywhere other than here? Do you like have books about it, or?
No, I don't. I have a couple little animations that I've made.
Yeah.
I have my own Grimgor that stops me from staying focused on like bring it all.
Like he's literally a content machine though. Like I've done a couple of interviews with him that are unbelievable. What would you say? Can anyone be an artist?
I think everyone can live their life in an artistic way. Creativity, I believe, comes from quiet, playful awareness. Everyone has the ability to quietly pursue a self-mastery of something, and that's the newness that they contribute to the universe. And that's only by being authentically involved in what you're doing.
Getting towards the end of the day here, we're hoping to meet up with some local people, understand what it's like living out here, and Jason's gonna bring us in the general store.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see who's here.
How's it going?
We're waiting on you.
That's right.
Hello. How you doing, Brent? Nice to meet you. Dale, how long you lived out here?
Around 20 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What originally brought you out this way?
Got tired of working in Phoenix.
How'd you originally know this place was here?
I grew up in Arizona pretty much, yeah. I've been coming out here in the in the 80s and 70s. Yeah.
Who's been up here the longest these days? Are you?
Scout lives in that far cabin, Ron, and then me and Judy's been here all about 20 years.
How are you feeling about the new mining? Do you think it'll be good for the area?
It ain't hurt nothing. They put a well in, they built us a pond, and they've been fixing up some of these old cabins and shit. What's not good about it,
Right.
Can't get you by it at all.
How'd you decide which cabins to stay in? Just which ones are available?
Yeah, well, back then when I moved here, they were all available. Even the front one, the big one we came by over there, I rented all these.
Yeah.
I didn't want no neighbors.
Yeah.
At the price, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
What's rent go for out around here?
I only pay $100 a month for a cabin. Place is a mess, but
That's all right. Do you have to haul in your own water, or is it a line that comes down?
There's a water line.
Oh, that's nice.
This is where it is. Another room back here. And
Oh, yeah.
back, so bedroom back here, the kitchen, bathroom, It's a mess, but.
I bet in this time of day it's pretty nice to look out those, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting nice out, Quite the view out here, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Usually the time you'll see snow all up on the mountains and stuff, I've seen fires, across this here too, It's like.
Is there anything you miss about the city life? Or are you pretty happy out here?
No, there ain't really nothing I miss about it, I worked, with the school down there and worked down there for 40 years, Had enough of it, Because everywhere you go, you gotta carry a gun anymore, And you always gotta watch who you talk to or where you're at, 'Cause you never know.
If a bunch of people are watching and what's one thing you want them to know about Cleator?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, come on, visit, hang out,
That's a good response. That's a good answer. Yeah, that's a good answer. We're gonna probably keep wandering around a little bit, but I appreciate you having us out. And so if anybody's out there watching, what would you want them to know about Cleator?
Boy, I guess, what's your Cleator? If you go to the website, what's your Cleator? This is the thing that describes what's your Cleator, meaning a goal, what's an ambition. We don't have anything to sell other than if you want to come visit Cleator at some point, but think about what's a dream, a goal, an aspiration that you have. Be willing to destroy anything in your life that's not excellent. Doesn't mean destroy things.
No, I like myself too much.
I was vaguely aware of what was going on here, very vaguely, and so I anticipated kind of more like the bar was the center of town, the center of the show. I didn't know that the whole mining operation was happening necessarily, and so it's very interesting to see that it's almost like history repeating itself, meaning this was the center of action for the mining 100 years ago, and now it's becoming the center of action for the new mining. Very interested to see where it goes, and I think that.
So are we.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one because I think like humans crave uncertainty, and so I think that the uncertainty of mining has drawn people to it for many, many years, and so I think that it continues driving. So like, I will be paying attention to what's happening here, and probably taking some lessons back, like what we talked about, back to Cerro Gordo, and I'm sure I can implement a lot of things there.
Everything in here has been donated from customers, or it was here. Barney Fife was in the store, and I love him, so I had to put him on the door. This is kind of my little cowboy corner. The Cowboys claim that's their spot, so they can have it.
That's Tom Cleator there.
Yes.
We see. I think there's a portrait of him up in the Crown King Saloon too,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
we saw that.
I work for a company that we provide Western events for people, and they needed a manager up here. And so my mom kind of tricked me. She works for the same company. She said, why don't you just come out to Cleator and see if you like it? Just let's take a drive up there and see if you like it. And I walked in the door and I never left. It is so diverse, it's crazy. I get multi-millionaires to this guy Virgil lived in a cave. So that's about as diverse as it can get. But most of the time it's people out jeeping, enjoying the day with their families and things like that.
This the busy season for you guys? Then?
Yeah.
Okay. And then summer's die down.
Summertime is, pretty slow. It's just too hot.
Yeah.
This place is so drafty. I mean, when it rains, you got to dodge the raindrops
Oh,
in
yeah.
here. So.
Yeah.
But that's just Cleator. That's just the way it is. So.
Yeah.
She lives in Black Canyon City.
Black
I have a place in Crown King, but we've been together. It's been
3-4 years.
4 years, I think.
We met here, and I don't date my customers, but
Well,
I
you
dated
do that.
him. So, I mean, if you're a good bartender, you're not going to date your customers or your coworkers or your boss.
So she's
So-
managed here for probably close to 8 years.
Mhm.
And then the opportunity fell into our laps to take over the business, obviously not the property, but so we got some really awesome landlords here, Jason and Joe and those guys. So
that was Cleator. We saw pretty much everything there is to see, and it was cool. It was different than the other mining towns I've been to, because this one's still becoming an active mine again, something that I had no idea of going into this place. But you still got the community here that's really strong. You still got the culture. You still have the history here as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think that the next few years are really going to define what happens in this area with what's happening with the mine. So I'd stay tuned, but a lot of things to learn. A lot more places to check out. So if you haven't already, I hope you subscribe. We're gonna go to an old mining town in each state. And until next time, hope you guys have a good day.